It's me, Jade, and I'm here with
a Wendy abroad.
Dun 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 dun. A Jade abroad.
So for the past two videos, we've been talking about bulimia. We talked about general facts, we talked about body dysmorphia, and now we're going to talk about vomiting. Our favorite topic. I absolutely love talking about this. I don't know why. It's a little bit disgusting. So, some questions that we received from you. Number one, why do you throw up?
Whew.
Well,
It's a release.
exactly, to get it out of you.
Yeah.
I don't want that shit in me. I put it in there because I'm a gluttonous pig, and then I decided, oh no, panic! I want to get it out of me.
I have control.
I can eat a whole pizza and then
There it goes.
Yeah.
just with a flip of a finger.
Yeah, completely mindlessly wasting food. I feel so bad about the food I
Money.
waste.
I hate wasting food as it is, and for it to go down
The toilet.
the toilet like that and to see all that I spent money and time and energy on,
Just go.
it's so shameful.
It's horrible.
It's not that we want to do this.
It's just that there's this inane urge, like in the
It's
back
an
of your...
urge.
It's an addiction at the end of the day. You're
That's
addicted to
right.
it.
It's really hard to program your mind to think otherwise.
Exactly. So why do you throw up? Those reasons. Also, after a certain point in time, my body started automatically regurgitating after every meal. Did you reach that point?
Sometimes, yes, especially when I was eating bad foods,
Oh.
my body would respond in that way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting that your body could like tell.
Separate that.
Yeah, mine
yeah.
didn't. It was just after every single meal, it would just automatically start regurgitating.
Oh,
And then I
yeah.
realized,
Oh, Jade, you've got a problem.
so why do you throw up? Because your body tells you to. Is another thing.
Yeah.
Second question coming up. Do you enjoy throwing up?
Did yes.
Yes.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
I loved it.
It was an addiction.
Couldn't get enough of it. Yeah, it felt great.
It did. Like after a while, your body gets so used to it, and you come up with these techniques to do so in such a easy,
quick and
automatic
efficient.
way.
Yeah, right. It doesn't even hurt. It doesn't,
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't taste horrible because you're doing it almost immediately after eating all that food.
To try and get minimum calories into your body.
I would feel so bad if I had to wait because, say, I was at a social gathering
Yes.
and I had to wait because it wasn't a convenient time for me to
Disappear
Just-
to the bathroom.
exactly, or like make everyone wait for me to find a bathroom when
Yeah.
we were doing something else. So that wait
That
time,
waiting period just
Right.
builds pressure
It
and
does.
stress. Oh, so nice
That
having a
hurt.
bulimi friend.
Get
next.
yourself a bulimic friend
Bulimic
because you'll
friend.
feel so much better about the shit that you put yourself through.
Seriously.
And you can find humor in it, which, you know, we're not trying to make anyone feel bad about themselves. Like,
Yeah,
we
we're
want
not
it to
laughing
be
at
real.
you.
No, no. We're not making a joke out of
This
the
is
disorder.
a very, very serious
It
thing,
is.
but you have to laugh at the shit you put yourself through
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. You have to find humor in this dark of a disorder.
Yeah.
And it's good to have someone
To laugh
who
with.
understands.
Yes.
It's not all darkness. Yeah, at least when you come out on the other side, you can think back like,
Wow.
It's a really messed up
Yeah.
time in my life.
Going through it's
And-
horrible though.
yeah.
For anyone still suffering, man, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. You can come out the other side.
Exactly.
Yes. So next question. When bulimic, were there any foods you'd eat that you wanted to keep down?
Yes.
Of course.
That's a great question.
Salad,
I will-
vegetables,
Yeah.
fruit.
The healthy, good for you foods
Yes.
were something that I kept telling myself I should ingest,
Should keep down.
keep down.
Don't go throwing that up.
They're gonna benefit me.
Yeah.
But ironically, those are the foods that would typically come
Out.
up and out.
Yes. And I'd
The
cry
earliest.
at the toilet bowl seeing all this green. I'm like,
No!
Like, no, I was supposed to throw up the cookies and the cake and the chips.
Why the salads and the nutrition?
right. So this is actually a fun fact for you guys. I would often eat a healthy meal and then at the end I'd eat dessert and I'd go,
Alright, I ate that dessert.
I'm gonna go throw that back up.
and instead of the dessert coming out, all of the food that I'd eaten before that would come up. So it's not the last thing you eat that comes out first. And I don't understand why. Do you understand why?
Why is that?
I don't don't know, that's a question that we'll have to research. Are you going to share your
Yeah,
answers with us?
please let us know if you know. Screwed up
It
my
must
mind
be
a
the
lot.
way that our stomach is.
Like it
the
flips
system.
it or...
Yeah.
I have no idea, but that sucked every single time. I would try so hard and then fail at the very end. Then
You have even more regret.
yes.
You beat yourself up even more. It's so unnecessary. That's
Yeah.
Why?
Next question. I've heard that bulimia can often be in combination with other eating disorders. Was that your experience? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, binge
That's
eating
true.
is part of bulimia.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
It's part of the cycle.
A lot of people exhibit other eating disorders as well. Perceiving yourself as this person with so many flaws, these misconceptions about your body as part of body dysmorphia, often goes hand in hand
With other shite.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were times when I fluctuated between bulimia and then it was almost anorexia at points, and then when it got really bad I reached a point where I got a bit depressed, and then it was a whole other ball game of like trying to fix my mental state. Did you ever get depression or anxiety from this?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely both of those coexisted during my journey with bulimia, and I think the body dysmorphia existed throughout the entire
And still exists
experience
now.
and still exists after.
As we talked about in the previous
Yeah.
video, body
Yeah.
dysmorphia, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Next question. Did you have a goal while vomiting? Like losing weight, looking better, etc.? Yeah, definitely. I just didn't want to consume the calories that I just shoved into my body in massive portions. So the aim was to not gain weight. Preferably lose weight, but definitely not gain any extra weight. What about you?
Mine was to be able to live life by eating the foods that I perceived as bad. So I was able to live that lifestyle that I wanted to go out, drink a lot,
Yeah.
and eat a lot,
Yeah.
and not face the consequences.
Yes, that. Exactly that.
Yeah, I think that was the ultimate goal.
Right.
And then following that was,
But for me, definitely like...
keeping the weight off.
Yeah.
And I thought that would help, and it didn't at all. I'm sorry. It did
Bulimia?
not give me abs or
Can I
flat
just say, yeah, bulimia doesn't resolve anything. You stay pretty much the same weight. Sometimes you gain a bit. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't help, guys. Never ever think that an eating disorder is the way to, like, diet heaven, because it just doesn't work that
It
way.
messes you up mentally. You have so many health risks.
Gives you health problems.
Yeah.
It's not good. Next question. Do you feel like it became an addiction to you? People think bulimics start because they want to, but after a while, did it feel like you had to? Yes, definitely. An eating disorder, as we already said in previous videos, it's basically an addiction, right?
It was something that became so automatic that sometimes I would think it through, telling myself like,
Okay, you have a choice.
You don't have to do this.
and oftentimes I would just end up doing it. But that was after a while of becoming more aware of it.
Yes. A few years in, I would just blatantly lie to myself. I'd be like eating this cake, and I'd eat one slice, and I'd say,
This is all I'm gonna eat.
I'm just gonna eat this one slice of cake.
and then I'd eat another one, and I'd go,
That's it though, just these 2 slices of cake.
and then I'd get to the third one, I'd be like,
But I still feel fine.
And even if I eat this whole thing,
I'm not gonna vomit.
and I'd eat the whole thing, and then I'd keep saying to myself,
I'm not gonna vomit, I'm fine.
and then the next minute I'd be in the bathroom, and I'd be staring at the toilet bowl, saying to myself, lying to myself, saying,
I'm not gonna throw up, I don't need that, I'm fine, I feel fine.
and then this other voice in the back of my head would say,
No, but you're gonna feel so much better if you do. You don't want it in you. That's gonna make you fat.
blah 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 blah, like this demon basically, and then I'd be like,
Well, okay then.
and do it. But not because I wanted to, I was trying not to. It's when I was trying to break the cycle, but I would fail so many times. Did you have that?
I remember the first time we actually opened up to each other about having bulimia and dealing with it. We discussed it as this battle between these two
Yes!
sides,
Real
these
Jade
opposing
and
sides.
insane Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to discriminate what's real, like who to listen to, what
Who
our
has your
true self
best,
is.
best interests
Interest-
at heart?
yes. Because you're constantly hearing this demon, as you put it.
This is something that will help you.
Throwing up will make you feel better.
Yeah, and it's like you're fighting a losing battle. You're trying to
Yeah.
fight against yourself. It's the craziest thing ever, right? Not having control of your brain. The reason that we create these patterns is because you build a habit over time. So every time you binge and purge, you're creating and strengthening these neural passages in your brain, which is basically how addictions and habits form. It's the same same thing.
Yeah, well said. Right. It is a mental condition. It's a mental issue that
Exactly.
needs support to get through this because it's a lot. There's a lot that's happening.
Yeah. And it's so funny, well, funny or annoying, I don't know, when people just say,
Well, why don't you just stop throwing up?
oh, why didn't I think about that? It's
Yeah.
so easy.
Good idea. I'll just start
I'll
right
just
now.
stop immediately.
you know?
Yeah.
Just like cold turkey. Stop smoking cigarettes or whatever.
Yeah, alcoholics. Just
Yeah.
don't drink another glass.
And
Same
like we
thing.
said earlier, I think in the first video, food is what fuels us. And
Alcohol and tobacco isn't necessary, so you
No.
can wean yourself off that and be rid of it forever.
That's
But
right.
with food,
you can't just cut
you
it
can
out.
just
of
cut
your
it out
life.
and be like, okay, well that was a part of my life now. You have to
Right.
retrain your brain and how you relate to food, and it's so much harder.
Yeah.
I used to try and avoid going to the bathroom after meals because if I was in that room, if I was in the
Oh.
vicinity of a toilet, then that would be like a trigger to...
Yeah, because your brain makes that association.
Exactly. I would see a toilet and I would automatically start regurgitating. It would be like,
Whoa, whoa!
yeah,
Wow.
it was horrific.
That's powerful stuff.
We're over that now. We're over that now. Woo. Moving on. If living with others, how did you hide what you were doing? Ooh, good question.
Were you living with
Yes.
others during this
Were
time?
you?
I was.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I had one roommate.
Ah.
And I haven't opened up to her about it yet. She might have a feeling, but as we said earlier, there's a lot of lying and deceit.
Yes. Secrecy.
Secrecy that goes along with this disorder.
So
and
how did
I
you
was
hide
really
it from
good
her?
at that.
How did you hide?
I had my own bathroom, for one.
Oh, that's okay.
I have stomach issues unrelated to this disorder, and I would always blame it on my weak stomach, my sensitive stomach.
I have a lot of food intolerances. I drank too much.
Things that were very related to
Normal.
the situation and that could be believable.
Right.
I just made a bunch of excuses like that and got away with it.
Yeah. As for me, my first year I was sharing a 6-bedroom flat with 8 people. So
Wow.
yeah, that was more tricky. I would run the tap.
Oh yes.
I would
remember
run
that
a
little
tap
trick.
or the shower.
Play music.
Play music, and I would put toilet roll in the bottom of the bowl first to try and
Wow.
disguise any sounds of splattering.
That's smart.
In my other years, I moved to Spain. I had my year abroad in Spain and Italy, and whenever I was out at restaurants or with friends, I would stuff my face. Everyone used to go to these buffet restaurants. How dangerous are buffet restaurants? Oh,
Here
my
too in
God.
Japan,
They have all you can eat
Trigger
options.
Central.
Jesus.
And you want to get your
Jesus
money's
Christ.
worth.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, food galore, I have so many options. I want to
Right.
go balls in. Like,
Yeah.
I want to get
Stuff
the most
my
of
face.
my money.
Yeah. So I used to go to this place often in Barcelona. It was this €8 all you can eat sushi place.
Oh,
Yes.
in Barcelona?
In Barcelona.
Wow.
It wasn't
All
real
you can eat
sushi.
Well,
It wasn't real sushi. Let's put that straight now. At the time I thought it was. Since moving to Japan I've discovered it's not. But it was still amazing. And I would stuff myself and then I would excuse myself and go to the toilet and I would announce
Puke
it.
and rally?
Puke and rally, yeah. I would
Oh.
announce it and then I'd come back and eat more.
Yeah.
Then go and puke again, come back, eat more, go back, and finally vomit after I'd finished stopping myself.
You said you would announce it. What does that
Yes, I would announce it. So I would say to my friends,
All aboard the vomit train.
I was hiding in plain sight, so I thought it would be easier if I just told people I have a weak stomach and I can't hold a lot of food and I vomit.
But then you'd come back and eat and no one would
Yeah.
think of anything
Yeah.
of it.
People just accepted that I had a weak stomach. I still wanted to eat something, but that sometimes I would vomit involuntarily.
Do you think anyone was suspicious? Did anyone come to you and say,
So,
like,
Jade, like, what's really going on?
No, no one ever asked me that. No one ever questioned it.
Yeah, sure, she's in the bathroom. Yeah. She takes a while in the toilet.
All the time, every time.
In fact, one of my besties who I lived with at the time has since said, oh wow, yeah, I just used to think that you peed for a very long time. You were doing your hair or something. Like, yeah, he was surprised actually once I like healed up. He was like, wow,
Yeah.
you take much less time in the bathroom nowadays. It's like, yeah.
A lot less to do in there.
Right?
So much less cleaning up a time.
you can't blame people for not
Knowing.
knowing because they're not trained to look for these signs.
Exactly. They
No.
don't suspect that you're lying to them. Why would they?
Right, that's true.
Right?
They want to
They
give you the
trust
benefit of
you.
the doubt.
You're their friend. Why would you lie about something like
Right.
that?
I kind of think to myself like,
Didn't someone know?
Didn't someone suspect that there was something else going on?
that's right, you can't expect anyone to
Right.
think like,
If someone
what?
else figured it out, perhaps
Yeah.
they've also suffered from an eating disorder or know someone else who has,
Yeah.
and therefore they're able to see the warning signs clearer. But the average Joe, not really, right?
True.
Alrighty, next question. Oh, here's a fun one. Can't you stop yourself from throwing up? Again, if we could, we would. I mean, we did eventually, but
Right.
it took years of
Yeah.
recovery for me.
I mean, yeah, same. I mean, there's the moments like towards the end of recovery where I've been aware enough to see it as a choice. Like, okay,
I could go to the bathroom, or I could keep my mind busy and do something else.
and I didn't always choose that alternative.
Depended on where you were on that day and time and how you felt about yourself,
Right.
basically.
And then there's been times where I've done it, you know, once already. I'm like, okay, I already did it once. That's enough for the day.
Ah, right. And you can like sort of talk yourself down, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
I would try and keep a streak up. Like, how many days can I go without
Yeah, I did that
vomiting?
too.
Yeah.
I did that too.
And then I'd get really, really down if I did splurge. And then I'd be like,
Oh, well, screw it. I've thrown it all out the
All or
window now.
nothing.
I may as well just jump.
Right back on that bandwagon.
That's the all or nothing mindset.
yeah,
It's
which
like,
is horrific.
well, I did it once, or
I ate that one cookie, might as well eat 5 of them.
yeah. So
I still
stupid.
struggle with that with eating because I use it as an emotional
Yeah.
coping strategy.
It's worse with me in chocolate. Even
Chocolate, yeah.
you get those bags, they're like resealable bags, and I'm just like, who's gonna be
That's
resealing
not-
this bag?
That's not a roadblock at all.
Right? I'm like,
Well, that's not stopping anyone.
Oh my gosh.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had another thing to say about them, but I
Me
forgot.
too, I can't remember. Next question. So, what's your thought process before and after you force yourself to throw up? Well, my thought process before, when I was really sick, is
I'm not gonna throw up. I'm fine.
and then I would throw up, and then I would feel relief and remorse at the same time.
Beautiful way to put it. Kind of trying to convince yourself to think otherwise
Mhm.
to the point that that's all you're thinking about, not doing that thing. It's like dieting, how people say like if you restrict, say like I can't eat cookies, then all your brain is gonna
Think
wanna
about
do
is
eating
cookies.
cookies, exactly. So I realized that was not a healthy mindset, and also sometimes you're gonna have a slip up even if you have gone a period without
That's it.
throwing up.
That's what I wanted
That's
to
what
say.
I wanted to say too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you fall off
It's-
that horse, you jump straight back on again.
Recovery does not look like this.
Exactly.
For any addiction,
Not
including
at
this.
all. So if you fall off the horse, don't just be like an all or nothing mindset and be like,
I'm just gonna stay on the floor.
and crawl to the nearest toilet and just eat everything around it and then vomit into the
Yeah.
hole. No,
Yeah.
you have to climb back on that horse immediately and get back on the road to recovery. If you slip up, it's okay.
Mhm.
Okay, don't beat yourself up and don't just give up.
Totally natural to have those slip ups.
Yes, so normal.
Right? You just have to keep going.
Yeah.
You know?
If you could recover without those slip-ups, then I would think that you were some sort of superhuman.
That's right.
That's
Doesn't-
not how
that's
it
not
works.
how it looks for anyone.
Yeah, but we will talk more about recovery in another video. So moving on, how did you feel after throwing up? Well, I think we already answered this. Remorse and relief.
Yeah.
Okay, did you suffer from any damage to your throat from constantly vomiting because of the stomach acid coming up?
No.
Personally, no.
No.
It hasn't
Yeah,
affected my
same.
throat or my teeth or anything else that people said it would. Next, did you ever worry about your teeth? I've read throwing up can harm your teeth because of stomach acid. Also, what kinds of worries did you have in general? Like I said before, no teeth damage for me
No.
that I know of.
No, I didn't worry about it because I didn't know about it. I didn't
Also.
educate myself on that note, but I did worry about heart conditions.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Once I started researching more, I learned that cardiovascular health can be damaged.
Ah, interesting. Like Karen Carpenter. There we
Exactly.
go, leading back to her again.
Exactly. It's like, wow, this is not something that I want to keep doing because this will affect me in the long term.
Yeah.
And my heart is something that I kind of need.
I was just
Right.
concerned about gaining weight and losing
Yeah.
weight and trying to cure myself of bulimia. I wasn't worried about the health effects from bulimia.
Right.
Oh, there was this one time though, my mum, I eventually told her and she said to me,
I don't want to bury my daughter as a skeleton.
of course my mum was mistaking that with anorexia. I would never ever have become a skeleton through bulimia alone, I think, but that was shocking, yeah.
Yeah, you don't expect your mom to say that to you.
Exactly. I mean, it didn't really help me heal myself. It added an extra layer of guilt and pressure, but
I don't want to go that way either.
yeah, I was like, me neither.
I don't want you to have to go through
I'm
that.
telling you, so I'm trying to spread this knowledge. The more people know, the less I can hide.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
I was like, I want to get over this. That's why I'm telling you I've had this problem. Blah, blah, blah. But we're going to talk more about that in future videos.
That's right.
So that's all for today. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you like this, please show us. And of course, subscribe.
Also, be sure to check out my website. I run a website and blog, A Journey for Wisdom, with my now husband. So please check it out. And also we have a podcast, Don't Tell My Grandma. You can find it on all podcasting platforms. So please check us out and let us know what you think. So,
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Show Wendy some love.
Yeah, I need it.
Yeah. Bye.